Okay, now we have our NMOS transistor and PMOS transistor. We would like to do a simulation to get its IV characteristics. I will get rid of PMOS from here for now, and I will just edit the NMOS transistor. So let's do first the ID VGS. So I need to put the source and the bulk to the ground. So I press W, that's wire, and I do this and this. I'll move these W and L here so I can see it. Let's give them some value. So value, I'll say, let's say 10U, which is 10 micrometer. And for L, let's say 1U, 1 micrometer. So now W, we need to put a source both for VGS and also for VDS. So I'll go to the source, I'll go to VDC, double click. So one source here and one source here. W, connect here, connect here, connect here, connect here. I like to name the voltage sources so I know what I'm dealing with. This is going to be VGS and this is going to be VDS. Oh, this is value, I'm sorry. So this is going to be the value. You can just put 1 volt, doesn't matter, we're going to change it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, this part reference, okay, VGS, we can just leave it there. This is VDS, this is the value. I can put 1 volt and let's say just 1 volt. So now we have our voltage sources. Now we need to do a simulation. So I'll go to this new simulation profile, click on it, let's say IV characteristic, create. So what we want to do, we want to do a DC simulation. So it's not going to be transient, it's going to be a DC sweep. And we need to put the voltage source name here. So the voltage source we want to sweep is VGS. The start value, let's say 0, and value 5 volts, and the increments is 0.1. And that's pretty much it. You can go to probe window, display probe window when profile is opened. I'd like to do that, and I like to see the last plot. So now the simulation, everything is open. I'm gonna press the simulation button. Started doing the simulation. It generates a netlist first. Now the simulation is done. 0 to 5, VGS is the x-axis. So what we want to know is the current going through the transistor. So I'm gonna click add trace, and I need to find IM1D. There's different ways you can look at IDM1, that's the same thing. IM1D, that's the same thing. Let's do IDM1. You can see the voltage as it increases after around 1 volt, a little bit below 1 volt, it starts to give us some current. But this was for a particular VDS. So we can actually make VDS as a parameter. So we can have different VDS values. So I'm gonna go to simulation, not new simulation, but edit simulation profile. I'll say secondary sweep. Sorry, I'm gonna say parametric sweep with the primary sweep. The voltage source name this time is gonna be VDS. I don't want to do 0.1 degree 0.1 volt because that's going to be too much. Let's say I'm going to say 0 volts to N volt 5 volts and 1 volt increment. So that'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. Again, this is the parametric sweep, that's the second sweep. You always have to have the primary sweep. Okay, now I'm going to run the simulation and it asks me if I want to see all those values, and I'm going to say OK. And now you can see it's difficult to tell which one is which, but if I come to with the cursor, I'll be able to find. So this is the 0 volt, and then it goes up over here. So this is for the NMOS transistor, ID VGS.